What up, everybody? It's your boy, Roderick McDaniel, a.k.a. Coach Silky himself, coming to you with another episode of the Pain Management Podcast with the greatest co-host in the world, my boy Jimmy Moynihan, right there.
Hey, everybody. How are we doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. I just opened like I would doing stand-up.
I love that.
How are we doing?
How we doing? Anybody in here from Cleveland? That's a good sign. Jimmy's a stand-up mode.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Welcome back to Pain Management. We had a couple weeks off. We're back. We're happy to be back.
Yes.
And it's just me and Roderick this episode. Thinking about catching up a little bit. And
we need to.
You know, we realize we have fans because when we do miss a couple weeks, we get messages and emails and stuff. So thanks for to all the fans out there.
Yes, I do appreciate that. Did it shock you?
Yeah,
it did me too.
Yeah, well, people really like this podcast. I think it's so that's pretty exciting.
I liked it. It kind of shocked me, but it was so weird at first. Like, hey, what's going on? You guys didn't drop a new episode, and I was just like, I never thought we'd get somebody writing us about it. And then when it happened, and I was like, oh, yeah, there really are people that are waiting for these episodes every week and seeing what we're going to talk about and who's going to be on here. And that was like, it felt good. It did feel good. But man, I was so shocked by it.
Yeah. Last week I could. So I think it was was it 2 weeks ago? I had a guest and he canceled on me.
Right.
The last minute, and that really upset me. And then that was canceled. And then that might have been last week, but I just and also I just wasn't. I was not feeling. I was just feeling like a lot of depression lately. I know it's probably exhausting for people listening, that do listen to the show, but it's just it's kind of piling up, and I don't know. Like my lease runs out at the end of the month. I have no idea where I'm going to live.
Dang. You got a lot going on, brother.
Yeah, and I don't know. And I might be moving back to Florida for a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know like where I'm going to. I think it's the tough part. There's so many like on it. I don't know what's.
There's a lot of unknown variables to have to deal with at one time, man.
Yeah, a lot of question marks, a lot of like so it's just a little bit.
I get that.
A little much, yeah.
Yeah, no, man. Sometimes I know we do this, man, and then on top of that, we're doing stand up, we do the podcast, plus all of the spots we do around town and on the road, and then life happens.
Yeah.
And then when life happens, you're like, I just have to deal with this. I don't know. There's too many question marks that I can't answer right now. I went out on the road this past weekend, and we did Rose City and Tyler, went from there to Nacogdoches, went from there to Eufaula, Oklahoma, and I started an intestinal infection Thursday before we left.
Oh, God.
So I was on the road driving for 4 hours a day with my stomach cramping.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, this is an infection. It's starting again. And I have 0 meds.
Oh.
I cannot cancel. We're already in the car driving to the shows. So I had to go old fashioned. I had to pull like hippie girl medicine out, man. So I bought, we stopped at a Buc-ee's. I bought a bottle of kombucha.
Okay.
And I bought one of those cups of pineapples, and I drank all the kombucha and ate half the pineapples, created this concoction in my stomach. And I was like, the kombucha and the pineapples are going to fight whatever infections in my intestines right now. And it's going to put in good bacteria and fight whatever's trying to happen. And then I just got to, get to the next show and just bed rest until we have to go on stage. And not to be gross, I did that. And then we got to the hotel. And I was laying on the bed, and I told Cody, hey, I don't feel good. And I ran to the bathroom. And I thought, oh, I might be about to throw up. And then all of a sudden, I sat down on the toilet, and I heard him knock at the bathroom door and go, hey, are you okay? Because it sounded like a gunshot.
Wow.
All you heard was, boof. And he said that was all he heard. He thought, did he just off himself in the bathroom? I was like, no, the kombucha and the pineapple off the infection.
Wow.
So he was like, it was so weird. It sounded like a gunshot, and I got panicky, like, what is happening? I'm sorry, Cody. Yeah. And to me, I was in there after he said it. I'm sitting there laughing uncontrollably.
Gunshot, yeah.
And I was like, because I thought, wow, that sounded like a gun, but nobody could hear it outside of here. No. Clearly could hear it over there.
Wow.
And I'm surprised that the people next door didn't come. I think there's a gunshot fired in the hotel room next door to us.
Yeah.
But I was like, my stomach doesn't hurt as bad as it did.
Wow. Just shitting, yeah.
So I was just like, and then I just had to take meds and bed rest the whole run. Just like, hey, literally going to lay in a bed for 6 hours until we have to get up and go on stage.
Oh.
And that's how I managed it, man. It was just like, yeah, this is what you do. I don't cancel shit. I need every gig.
Yeah,
I get.
you just got to keep going. And just sometimes it seems endless, but I mean, first of all, nothing better than shitting when you really have to shit. Did you feel better after?
I did, but I also was tired. That's why it took a lot out. Like, I'm old, so it took a lot out of me. I was like, I gotta go lay down. I gotta sleep this off. I'm dying. But no, man, it felt better. And then it was just like dealing with the pain of the infection. And by Sunday, like, we drove all the way back Sunday from Eufaula to here. And I don't know, 6 or 7 hours. It wasn't bad. And then by the time we got here, I was like, I have no pain. I feel good. I'm a little exhausted and tender, but my stomach was so swollen, like it was hard to the touch swollen. Like, oh my God, this whole area is just tender and swollen. So yeah, even the seatbelt was hurting. So I was like, oh God, I'm dying.
Jeez.
I really am trying to die out here. Yeah, no, man, I still tour. I don't care. But yeah, I get that whole thing because, man, I had a depressive episode yesterday.
Oh, did you?
God, it sucked.
What was going on?
My brain convinced me that if I was suicidal, there was nobody I could call at all. And it was a weird moment because things were going really well, which is what's so weird about, mental health sometimes. You can go too hard to the paint and wear yourself out to where you're physically exhausted and mentally exhausted. And if you don't, what happens is then your body's just like, hey, I'm going to just shut down. And now you have to rest. So it was like I was kind of in that situation where I was like, I don't have anything booked. I'm not taking any gigs. I'm just laying here on the bed. And then my brain started going, hey, you piece of crap. And that's when it happened. And then I was like, I had to do that cognitive behavioral therapy we do where I got to go, okay, let's look at the real. What's the real situation right now?
Right.
You're tired. You're exhausted.
Yeah.
You're probably bored, a little lonely. But you do have people you can call. So once I said that to myself, I took a nap. I fell asleep.
Good.
Just slept it off. And then I kind of woke up. I was still a little just like, I'm sad, but I'm good. I'm just sad.
Yeah.
And I can allow myself to just be sad for a while.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And you can just like be sad and not catastrophize everything.
Exactly. So yeah, sometimes that's all I had to do to manage it. But yeah, it's been a rough 2 weeks of just the road and then coming home. And don't rest because we were shooting up the last of the movie for Matt Boyd. So I didn't rest on those days. And then it'd be like, I got to do laundry. Now I got to pack. And now I got to watch my granddaughter all of a sudden. There's a babysitting day in here. So there were no days where I took days off and then I'd get back in the car and go back out again. And then come home and do that again. And it'd be that same schedule over and over. In fact, the best part about it, and I hate to say this, when we took the podcast off for 2 weeks, those were the 2 days I rested.
Yeah.
I would take those Mondays and one of them I ended up on the movie set when we canceled. I was like, well, I went to the movie set that afternoon around 2 something and then we didn't leave till 10:44 that night. So I was exhausted for the rest of the week.
That's almost wrapping up, right?
Yeah, no. The last scene we have to shoot is tomorrow night at my house.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah. So my house is in the movie now. It's a cool scene. It's me, my computer. Pretty much where I isolate is now in the movie. Because if you see this movie, you'll see that's where Roderick spends all his alone time just thinking about how not to talk to people.
Yeah,
That's in the movie now. No, I'm letting them in my sanctuary.
Yeah.
This is my fortress of solitude is this corner. But yeah, it's in the movie and we're going to shoot that tomorrow night. And then that'll be that'll be wrapped for me.
That'll be it.
Yeah, everything I've done, I've already shot my monologues and all my pickups, scenes, and I can't wait for people to see it. There's some scenes in it. It's a drama, but there was some shit that was so truly funny in it that just blew my mind. So I was like, oh, I can't wait.
Love it.
I'm hyped for it. So you went through a lot while I was gone.
Yeah.
A lot.
I guess so.
Bro, I came back and I saw you on the patio and you were like, yeah, I got this new job. I'm doing this. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
A lot changed.
So I got a new part-time job at Chewy's.
Yeah.
Still have the shirt on. So it was like, I quit Whole Foods and I was like, oh, I got a little money. I got some money.
Yeah.
Also, like at the time, I was like getting sober and clean.
Yeah.
Okay, quitting, good. And then I got paid out for my paid time off, all that time I didn't use.
Yep.
So I'm like, that's good. And then I was getting up at like still 8:30 in the morning, going out and writing. So I was really enjoying not working.
Oh, I bet you were.
And going to radio and just writing. And then, so I had this schedule and I was like, I can just chill and just focus on comedy. And I made some sketches and rewrote, and my comedy's getting better. Really excited about where my stand-up is, more than I ever have before.
Hell yeah.
But miserable, like just been miserable.
I get it.
Yeah. So okay. So my schedule just slowly fell apart, so like sleeping longer, not going to the, getting to the coffee shop later and later every day. And then that started happening. And then, and then just eventually, like, I would get to the coffee shop and not be able to write, and then hitting a block, and then making a sketch and the sketch not working out, or trying to write a sketch and nothing is coming. And then now I'm in this like brand new cycle of like my world's just comedy and it's going nowhere. And I don't know what I'm doing. And I can't think of any sketches. And I don't have a place to live. So like,
so and all the personal stuff is now starting to affect.
Constant fear. Everything's building up. One of my, family stuff, money stuff, living stuff. What am I doing with my life stuff? Am I wasting my time? I'm not good enough. I'm not where I should. Just all these thoughts is just a shit show.
Mm-hmm.
It's all coming back, and it's like it goes back to with mental health. With me, I know that my wellness is very, very conditional on if I'm going to take care of myself or not. There's choices I choose to make and choose not to make every day. And those choices will dictate like whether or not I'm going to suffer through.
Yeah.
And I'm just choosing to suffer and just not having a good time. Just absolutely just.
I was concerned about that while I was gone.
Just, yeah. I mean, it just, yeah. I just can't get out of it, and I'm just, it feels like I shouldn't be alone. And it feels like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's I don't feel like I have a home. I don't feel like I belong here. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. I just I think the bottom line is that I'm not taking care of my mental health, so everything else just seems like what is going on.
Dominoes with it.
I mean, it's a shit show. And
yeah,
it's just a nightmare. So then there's that going on. Another big thing that's happening is me getting absolutely obsessed with dating apps and like not wanting to go. I don't want to go home by myself at all. Like, so like I'm on all the dating apps, getting anyone, like it's anyone that can come home, or if I go to their place, doesn't matter like at all. It doesn't matter if I'm attracted to them. I
Oh
just
shit.
need somebody. There are nights when I just don't want to be by myself, and so I'm getting into these like really weird, like I don't know. We talked about I think we talked about the dominatrix, and then that's getting really strange.
Yeah,
and
we did talk about that. I was like,
and
bro,
now
you're walking down dangerous territories now.
there's a new girl that I've been sleeping with, and she has a boyfriend. She's polyamorous, and we were like talking about it, and I'm like, this is great for me. Before we did it, I'm like, this is great. You have a boyfriend, because I was like talking about like how I fall in love easily. Like I'm
Yeah.
just a hopeless romantic, and like I can't here. This is perfect.
Hey, you got somebody.
You
I
have
can't fall in love with you.
After this, you're going home to your boyfriend. I can't. There's no imagination in my world where I can romanticize this. I found a way. And now I'm thinking about her because like because she's straight up just hanging out with her boyfriend. So for me to try to romanticize this is very difficult, but I'm thinking about her too much. And now I'm trying to convince her to have her husband like join in. And he's like interested in it. And so like now I'm just like, now I'm like in this like little weird thing.
Polycule.
Yeah, with that. And then there's this other girl that and it's so funny because like I think I know. My friend told me this, and I think this is what it is that these little like relationships that they're not relationships. They're just little flings. But me obsessing about that or missing a girl that's married or wanting them, like obsessing about that is easier for me to than obsess about these things in my life that I should be focusing on. Like there's like, like family stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of like worrying, not that I should worry about family, but the fact that I'm worrying about some fucking lady that has a fucking boyfriend, I could be putting time into like helping, look up
Yeah,
numbers.
but I don't have to look at this other thing that troubles me if I look at this thing over here that's trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Wow.
I get it,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, this is
get
trouble. Yeah, I'm just like diving into dumpster fires. But anyway, so that's definitely a big part is jumping back into my addiction for sure.
Oh, bro, that's rough.
And then I ran into my ex right outside a club, and
I don't want to say that you're a pimp, but when you said that, could you just tell me that one's initials? Because I don't know which ex it was.
I don't think the initials. It's Kylie.
Oh, okay. I bet if you'd have told me the initials, I'd have figured it out. Yeah. But I was like, Jimmy, you got a lot of exes since we've been doing it. Bro, you kind of, my boy, you're doing better than most.
No,
brother.
I'm doing terrible. I'm making terrible decisions that have damaged my. I mean, it's. So I ran into. I talked to her for the first time a week before, and all these feelings came up, and we were outside of East Austin Comedy Club, and it was raining, right? So like she came out, and it was raining, so we were both stuck together underneath a awning, right in front of East. So the first time talking after like a good month and a half.
Bro, that is a 90s R&B video right there.
And it's raining. And then, it's like, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
And we're like, are things good? And like she's like, we're on the other side of this now,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, yeah, I think so. And then so that felt weird, but then I saw her again 2 days ago, and I almost kicked her foot in a flirty way. Like, she came out of the club and I was there and I was talking to her. And then she just looked she looked just adorable. Like she was telling me about her, like a set where someone was like heckling and had to be kicked out. And I'm just like looking at her and like falling in love again. Like all these like things. And then just like,
yeah, that's a 90s R&B music.
Yeah.
That's an Usher video.
Yeah. And then she's like, well, I'm going to leave. And then I was going to walk. I was leaving the club to go home. And I'm like, well, I can't walk with her now. So I just walked with my friend to get food and then left, 5 minutes later. But it's like, yeah. So I'm just like, and then all of a sudden now I'm looking at her Instagram and looking at posts and looking at
bro
on threads and looking at replies and so. But under all of that is just this deep fucking depression that I feel like I can't escape, and that's never gonna go away. And
boy, that's rough.
Fuck.
That's rough.
Yeah.
And this is your last 2 weeks while I've been gone?
Yeah, it's been just a pile of
pussy.
Nah.
Yeah, kinda. All I heard was Usher's "You Got It Bad" played in the back of my head the whole time he's telling this story. I see the music, the rain. I'm like, this dude is a music video, living it.
Yeah, just sadness and just tears and pussy.
Bro, if that's not the name of your next album, I don't know what it should be, because
it's not pretty. I mean,
it's not, but it's...
Listen, these girls are beautiful.
Yes.
But not all of them in the typical way.
Yeah, you were doing a lot of wild. Here's my thing, man, and we've talked about this. I don't think we've ever talked about it on air, but that I have a couple friends that suffer from love and sex addiction, and I used to think I probably had issues, with that, because I wanted to replace my porn addiction, so I just ran through women to not deal with my issue, and I was like, yeah, if I just have sex with women that don't look at porn, all I'm doing is replacing the porn with real life women and doing porn shit, so I don't have to deal with me and my problems.
Exactly.
And so I was just like, it's one of those things, man, like the hardest thing to do sometimes is to sit alone in silence and look at myself, like really critically. Roderick, where are we at? What's going on? Why is this? Because I even now, man, I have I got 3 ex-wives, and I'm friendly with most of them. One of them, I have no idea where she's at. Tanya, the black wife, I don't know if she's alive. I don't know if she's dead. I have zero idea. She cut me the hell off, and we disappeared on each other. It's really that. So I don't know what's going on with her. But Kim, the white one, we still stay in touch. Sometimes she'll call. I'll check on her about things. She's getting ready to do a big move to West Virginia. So I'm, hey, how's that going? How the girls taking it. Because I know we got kids together. There's going to be an effect of that. The girls are going to freak out about their mom moving this far away, even though they're adults.
Yeah.
Because they're already starting to do it. So we stay in touch about stuff like that. But man, dude, sometimes you start to remember those good times, and
start remember the good times for sure.
That's dangerous. Because I remember there's a reason we're divorced.
Yeah. The same thing with the previous relationship. And I think it happens for me when I'm depressed.
Yes.
Because I'll think all these happy times, and then I'm in this shell of that. But I feel like I was in a shell. I'm in some kind of shell always. Or I always feel like I am. I always feel like I'm lacking or don't have the things that I used to have, and I start feeling more and more empty. More like nothing can fill my cup up. Nothing. It's just, I don't know if I'm doing I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this.
You can't take any days off from mental health
No.
Like some people can. You're not one of those cats that can take. Oh, I can take a day off from this.
No, I can't. I can't do stuff. There's a list of stuff I can't do. Bottom line list of things I just can't do if I'm going to be mentally well.
Right.
And boy, I mean, I just do them all. I know that list, and I ignore it, and I go to the familiar things in my life that have comforted me.
Oh yeah.
And
That's the thing about patterns when they're destructive and comforting. You're like, your brain's like, we could go back over to this thing. Yeah, but that's destructive. But you know it so well, and it feels comforting.
It feels comforting. You know it well.
Yeah, those suck.
I just feel like I keep shooting myself in my own foot.
But here's my thing. Let's really take a look at this. And this is, because I just talked to you about I had to do it and go, what's real, what's not. If I look at Jimmy, who I met 2 years ago, and the Jimmy today, Jimmy has come a long way. Jimmy is, paid regular at the mothership. Jimmy is doing way more spots. Jimmy is a better writer. Jimmy has reels. Jimmy has clips. Jimmy has a good, solid core of people around him, friends. Not just hanger-ons, actual friends. And I'm just going, just me, 2 years, looking at Jimmy 2 years ago to today, I'll go like, wow, there's a group of people who truly give a fuck what's happening with Jimmy that weren't there in place 2 years ago that are here today.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, No, you're right.
You just sometimes, but it is easy to kind of, like I said the other day, my brain convinced me nobody's there for you. And that's such a lie. There's so many people there for me. But my brain, I don't know what it was. It just woke up and said, I'm cantankerous. I want to start some shit. And then the person that starts shit with is me. And I'm like, why can't you just be a piece of shit on the internet like normal people?
Constant battle.
Troll, leave me the hell alone.
Yeah.
I get it, man. But yeah, sometimes you got to really take, like I had to do that. I had to sit down and go, what's the truth of this situation? Oh. And then once I took that inventory and I go, yeah, there's actually too many people that you could call if something was going to shit.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so you got to kind of go, oh, well, that was a lie. Oh, my brain's being a piece of shit, telling me conspiracy theories about myself again, which is all mental health comes down to. Our brains telling us conspiracy theories about ourselves that it's making up. And I'm like, why can't you just chase Bigfoot, Roderick? Why can't you just get into normal conspiracy theories except yourself? And so, I get it, man. But, dude, there's also, you got to have all the other shit in place, because if you're not doing the other things that keep you from getting to that point, then it's going to be a problem. And do we want to talk about, like, you've been talking about going back to Florida. You want to talk? How's your dad doing, first of all?
Dad's doing good.
You told me recently he changed his diet?
Yeah, so he changed his diet completely. No acidic things.
Orange juice, citrus fruits.
Yeah, and he drinks so much orange juice.
Oh, he's got to be mad, dude.
Well, he's doing a better job. My mom's helping a lot.
Okay.
And cooking, like, can't be no red meats.
None?
None.
So chicken, fish, pork?
A lot of chicken and fish. I don't think he could do pork.
Oh, they really... What have they done to my boy?
But, these are, like, things that you're trying to... we wanted my dad to eat healthier for a while now. And he can't eat after 9 or something. And my dad would fall asleep on the couch, wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then make a feast. So, like, he would, like... And I would, like, try it when I lived with him. I'd be like, Dad, just don't eat, don't wake yourself up. Just, you're asleep on the couch, just drag yourself into bed. But he would wake himself up and make this toast and, like, cinnamon raisin
making
toast,
a whole breakfast.
Orange juice, blueberries, and he'd, so that's going to be wild. No more late night snacks. And then he's exercising.
Okay, that's cool.
Working really hard, but it's hard to be away. And then, so my I think what I'm gonna do, because I'm not gonna have any money.
Mm-hmm.
I ran out of it all. I'm not gonna have a lot of money at the end of this month, so I might not even have enough money to get a new place here.
Right.
So, and I'm just like floundering and working I have like a 4-day a week job. And it's just not enough.
Right.
So my thought is I can go home for a month, do shows, book a fuck ton of shows. It makes money, be with my parents for a little bit, go to meetings,
Kind of reboot,
get my shit together. And I won't miss that much stage time, because I'll get on stage.
There's still a big scene back on.
Still a scene for me to get on, and I just don't know what to do. I mean, I don't know what to do, but and then I'm scared to miss spots at the mothership. That's so funny. It's like that's the one thing I'm like, I don't want to miss this. I don't want to miss one spot there.
Yeah, man. But that's the beauty of it. Okay, because you and I are in two different situations about this. We both passed, and there are so many weeks where I don't send in availability because I'm literally. We just talked about it. I'm not sending in anything this week because I'm leaving.
No, I get it.
You're going to be that guy.
No, yeah.
That's beautiful. You're going to get to go on the road. You're going to, even though you're home, you're in Florida, there's so many of us that do that, that don't live here. So it's hard already enough. There's so many of us trying to get spots. Now when you come back, it's like, oh, Jimmy's back in town. Got to bring him up. Got to get him on because he ain't been here for a minute.
Maybe. Or he could just forget about me.
Nobody forgets Jimmy Moynihan. Nobody forgets Jimmy Moynihan.
Some people wish they could.
Yeah. They also wish that about Roderick, but they ain't forgetting us. Okay. We're very memorable for good or bad reasons. Yeah. We're memorable.
I'm in a weird place right now.
Yeah, I believe that, man. I still think, bro, my favorite thing about this show has been for 2 years. You are the most realest person I get to work with a lot of times. Like comedy in Austin, and I'm not going to name any names, a lot of times it's so fucking fake. So many people are faking it till they make it and doing all this unreal shit to make you think they're this when they're not. You always come out and you're the breath of fresh air and you're just like, here's the hot mess I am. Here's what I'm dealing with. Damn, I'm funny. Can you book me? And I've always loved that about you because anytime we have a conversation, it's always been about real shit, which we don't get to do a lot with people here.
Yeah.
Because most people are trying to hide their warts and their failures, where you have embraced them and said, hey, look, I'm struggling. Here's who I am. And I think that's been the best thing for 2 years is that people say, oh, they're like us.
Yeah.
They're just trying to figure this shit out too.
Just trying to figure it out. And what I will say to anyone listening that's struggling is that if you've fallen off, don't be discouraged because again, mental health, bipolar disorder is a lifelong illness. I'm never going to wake up without bipolar disorder or without depression. So it's going to feel like a lot of progress is lost sometimes. You can have 3 good years where you're taking your meds and you're exercising and you're going to therapy and doing all these things that make you feel better. And then you stop that, and then you feel like right now I feel like I'm right back where I started, and that's not true.
Right.
But it feels like it for sure because I'm living in a toxic way that is not pleasant. But the progress isn't lost, and it's just don't give up is what I would say.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, just don't give up because life can, I guess for me, life feels like it's like, especially when you're not taking care of your inner battery, it just feels like it's slowly killing you. So it just
Dude, the battery is the worst.
Some of this shit I say is so depressing.
But it's so real because we've talked about this. It
feels like you're dying.
Yeah.
But it's not. You could recharge that battery. But like now I feel like
when your phone dies and it's on 0, you cannot just turn it on after a little while. It has to go recharge.
Yeah, you just have to let it charge.
Yeah, we are no different.
Yeah.
Although I will say this. There's one thing that I'm very proud of, and I got to give Jimmy credit for this. I don't know how many times I forced myself out of the house. I was like, okay, Roderick, you're not going to play video games all day. You got to get out of the house, and I'll come sit on the patio at the creek in the cave, or we'll just be walking down 6th Street, hitting all the clubs and walking in.
Dude.
And I'll see Jimmy. I'll run into Jimmy and say, you forced yourself out the house, dude? He said, yeah, you too. Dude, we hang out. I was like, I don't know why our women's periods line up. Jimmy and I's isolation is lined up like our period.
Yeah,
and me and Jimmy will get out the house on the same day, not call each other, just run into each other downtown.
I'm serious, man. I and I will force myself sometimes. Like, so I did the mothership, and I was like, I haven't been to the creek, and I want to go to the creek.
Yeah,
I could have went home. I could have fucking went home, and it was a dead crowd. The last mothership set I did, the crowd was tired.
Okay,
and I watched 2 comics before, and I did the 12:05 spot, so I wasn't doing.
You didn't have to close it out at 12:15.
But they were tired, and I knew they were tired, and I went up there with energy, and I felt me getting the room back from a super tired crowd, and I had a great set and something I knew like, okay, this is gonna carry me a couple days. Like a good set at the mothership.
So life altering, bro.
Will change your life.
It really, because you'll feel like, I could finesse Trump right now. I feel so good when I walk off that stage after a great set.
And of course, instead of just walking straight home to my car, I'll go the creek way.
Same.
And I walk by the creek, and then I see Adam Lucky and Jake. Oh, Jake's inside. Jake Ricca. So and then I see Jake, and I see my ex, and then 10 minutes later, I'm talking to her, and feeling good because of the mothership, right? So like it when you do comedy, if you have a good set and a big spot, you feel like have a little extra, like I'm the man kind of thing.
Oh yeah. So
then I see Kylie, and I'm like, oh, I'm the man.
Yeah.
And I almost kicked her foot in a flirty way. It's like,
I wish you would have.
I did.
I know. I'm not a good friend. I'd be like, I kind of wish you would.
I'm telling you. And then it's like, because there was like a little part of me that was like, can we just have sex with each other? Because it's really good. And can you just forget that I'm a psychopath and ruin everything? And just can I please lay down on top of you? Let me.
Bro, you know what I love about that? Those are the same questions I want to ask women sometimes, man. It's like, those are my intrusive thoughts, and I just want to let them out for a walk. I don't want to be intrusive thoughts guy 24/7, but there are some days I just want that.
Tell an ex, hey, I feel like we should have sex.
I just want you to rub your booty cheeks in my face. That's all I'm saying.
I want. Yeah, we don't even have to talk.
Pink eye. Yeah, I don't care if I get pink eye.
I think I got pink eye.
She can give me pink eye, and I'd say, excuse me.
I don't think this is pink eye, but I thought it was pink eye.
Jesus. Oh, see, I'll tell you, man. I get that, man. Yeah. I get it. Sometimes intrusive thought guys just like, oh, shut up. You're going to get me in trouble. But I want to let him out. I just want to let him out to say this one little thing, and then I'm going to go back inside.
Well, I do admire people that can say something that I want to say. You ever have that when it's like, oh my God, that guy just
said it out loud.
Everyone wanted to say it. I do like when I am that guy, though. Every
now and then I do. I'll say it, and then I feel better, and the people around me feel better. But there are times when I know that guy's going to say something, and nobody's going to feel good after I say it. In fact, I'm not. And so there are times I just got to shut up. We're not going to say that. We're just going to hold it in. Somebody else gets to be that guy tonight, Roderick. It won't be you. But yeah, I get it. Yeah. I get it, dude. Oh my God, I get it so much. I guess we should discuss this because this is the season 2 finale. And there's a really good chance that this is also the hiatus episode. Like, we more than likely will not be here next week after this airs. We're going to take a break because you do got things that you got to work on. And I got things I need to work on.
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure some stuff out for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm going to miss the shit out of you. So I decided I'm just going to call you and bug you wherever you go.
Please do.
Yeah, once a week. We're just going to do the episodes each week on the phone. They'll just be us talking on the phone.
Yeah.
Still, same
It's not a
episodes,
bad
still
idea.
meeting once a week to do this shit. We're just not going to record them anymore.
Yeah.
And I've always told you this, and I'll say it on air. The reason that we sat down and talked about this, doing the show without each other, and I'm bitterly against it. The show is Jimmy and I, and has always felt like it should be Jimmy and I didn't want to have to, because as my brother said it best. He said, we're like that hip hop duo Black Star. He said every time Talib Kweli and Mos Def came together and they gave us Black Star, those were like, that's a classic album. That's capturing lightning in a bottle. They both had solo projects, but they weren't Black Star.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Jimmy and I are that. We're that 2-man duo that came in. We captured lightning in a bottle for 2 seasons. And I don't want to have to try to get a new co-host and go, it's not the same show if I'm not in here with Jimmy. So I don't want to do it. We're just going to put it on hiatus until we can come back and figure out what we do next.
Yeah. I want Austin to be my home for sure.
Yeah.
I think need to just figure out what this year is going to look like for me.
Yeah. I want you to figure out a plan. I want Jimmy to be healthy.
Yeah.
Fuck a podcast. I love the podcast, and I love working with Justin every week, and I love sitting here in the creek. It's my home club, but fuck all that. I need a healthy Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my number one priority, is you winning consistently in a good place, healthy, happy. Then we figure the other shit out around it.
Figure the other stuff out.
Yeah, because we can always reboot the podcast, and then when we reboot it, the fans that we have are going to come back. I hope. You're never going to find a better looking duo than us. I'm just going to be real. That's my intrusive thoughts, guy. You're never going to find 2 guys more charming than me and Jimmy. We're charming. You love us. We're hot messes, and you love us. Just deal with it. So, yeah, I think that's it. But y'all also at the same time, man, you got stuff like your dad with his health. That was scary for a while. Your health.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
And you and I talked about that because, man, I thought I was going to quit comedy when my dad passed, man. That was my number one fan.
Yeah.
And just seeing him sick was terrifying to me,
Oh,
bro.
my God.
So anytime somebody says, hey, something's going on with my mom or my dad, I'm like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, it's always family first for me.
Yeah.
And I had a buddy. I got a phone call from my best friend last night, and his dad died. His dad died 2 days ago. Died in his sleep. He's an alcoholic, and so I'm gonna fly back for that funeral.
Yeah.
So I think what might happen is I'll go from New York for the funeral to Florida.
Yeah.
And keep my stuff in my buddy Jake has a garage.
Oh, that's sweet.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna miss that, and then I'm not gonna come back here. I don't think I'm gonna come back here for a little bit. I have no idea. No idea what's gonna happen. But anyway, we'll find out, and it might be a while. I just don't. Not exactly sure, but we do appreciate all the people that are listening, and we appreciate Justin, of course, and
Hell yeah.
I appreciate you, and this podcast has been great. I wanted to do, it's a perfect matchup for, we were both trying to do something very similar.
We did something that I think was great, and one of my friends says this all the time. We haven't had to bury any of our buddies in this scene for 2 years.
Yeah.
We did it. So
Yeah, for sure.
I do got a buddy of mine though yesterday. My buddy Daniel Glenn from GameStop. He is 36 and he's suffering from stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And he is not doing good. And it was like, there was this thing we were all, we all gamed together. We were all buddies at GameStop. He worked at the store with us. So we're all still that kind of that. I keep in touch with that GameStop family. And he's 36, married, kids, pancreatic cancer. And he got to the point where, hey, I can't sit up to play games anymore. We all have Nintendo Switches. I was going to go buy a copy of Mario Kart and a year of online, and we were all going to go play while he's on bed rest. And he went so fast in 48 hours after being in the bed that he's basically asleep all the time. So they called me yesterday like, hey, don't buy the game. And then he woke up for a little while and he talked to his wife and she told us that, he's made peace with it. He's ready to go. And we were like, oh, that sucks. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things now, man, that's like this podcast has helped me probably be more prepared for that, to deal with those things. Like, oh, that would have normally been like diving off this cliff. But now I'm in a position where it's like, hey, man, that happens and that sucks for him and his family. And, I'm a mourn and I'm a mourn healthy. And then I'm also in a better position to be able to do stuff for his family. If I could take some of this money I'm making on comedy and just kick something to his kids, this Christmas, my mom might need a little help with those gifts. Me and the boys can all get together and like, oh, those kids are having Christmas.
Yeah.
We got them kids this year for Christmas. So we're going to make sure they have that.
Aww.
But it's one of those things where it's like kind of, you start thinking about, man, this shit ain't guaranteed to us. Like we kind of treat life like it's guaranteed, but with mental health.
Really are.
Bro, I've lost way too many friends to mental health issues, man. And I like that we came on here and talked about it and normalized it and let people know that they weren't alone. And that shit helped a lot of people, man. And we can always, anytime you're in town, we could probably hit you up about doing a special,
I'm sure.
like special episodes when he comes to town, man.
Hell yeah.
We could do one for Christmas.
Yeah.
We got to dress as
before
elves.
Before that.
Yeah, we get one before that, but we got to have episodes where we get together when you're in town and we go, okay, we're going to shoot this special one off and drop it on here, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and we just got to, man. And plus, you and I do more than just this show, man. We got each other's numbers. There are times I've texted him. I know I'm driving him crazy. I know I'm pulling dad energy because I'll be like, I didn't talk to you in 2 weeks. What's going on?
No. Not at all.
I have to do that to so many people. I was like, I am driving people crazy, but I'm dad energy in so many people right now.
No, it's always appreciated.
Yeah, so I was just like, we still got that going. But I think it's going to come as a shock, and we kind of were trying to figure out what we were going to do with this episode, and this is one of the things we're like, let's address it. We have been busy for 2 weeks, and there's been other shit going on, like life is happening to both of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think, though, you need a break away from Austin.
Yeah, I do.
Just to reset your lady count, because you got ladies. You got a fan base of ladies, Jimmy. I wish I had your fan base.
No, it's a nightmare.
No, it is, but man, I look, my phone's dry, bro. Okay, it's wife's on there, bro. That's a dry ass phone. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And everybody else I'm hanging out with, they're just friends, so don't gossip. They're friends. Leave me be. And if you know, you know. They're all my friends. Leave me be. But yeah, no, I would. If I could have a third of the women you pull.
Oh, no, you don't. They're...
No, Jimmy, I've seen some of them.
Some of them are okay.
Yeah, some of them are better than okay. Come on, man. I'm not pulling anything. Let's just say it like this. Jimmy is an oasis, and then I chose to practice celibacy, and I'm the Sahara Desert. It's dust on me. Blowing dust in the wind. I'm tired. I got to get back out there, bro. Every time I say I'm going to get back out there, somebody else show me a horror story, and I go, going back in the house, isolating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going back to isolate.
Yeah. It's for the best, though, because like for me, it's like this is just another thing I'm gonna have to recover from, which is being okay being by myself and not having like a fling or
Yeah, because that's getting dangerous. All seriousness, that could get dangerous.
well, it's already at a point where it's gonna suck.
Mm-hmm.
Just like to stop it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like yeah, none of them are healthy relationships, obviously. They're all not good. And I just need to like I need to delete the apps. But I go to a meeting.
I've never done a dating app.
Yeah, it's just an absolute nightmare.
I always hear that, but I've never done it.
It's depressing. It's like being on there and like I feel like a piece of shit.
Really?
And then I start feeling bad for other people on the apps. I mean, this sucks.
See, I've never heard anybody give. I had one friend. She met her. I don't know how she met her husband or what app she met him on, but they got married, and I thought they got married too quick, but they're still married to this day. So maybe that's the key, is to not think about it. Just find that person, and that's your one that you roll with. But
yeah,
I'm not that person. I think too deeply about things. And so I've never done a dating app, but then I had one buddy that did it, and he'd meet great looking women, but they would always have an issue.
Yes.
And then he has issues. So that's two negatives getting together, and the only times negatives can get together and equal positive is in math. It never works out in real life. So he was doing it like, oh, I drink too much, or I'm abusive, or I got these daddy issues, or I'm trying to escape living in my father's house. And they'd always get together, or then, oh, I'm into witchcraft and I'm going to put a jinx on our house. And I was like, oh, there's so much shit going on in your relationships. But then he said, yeah, but for the ones I pull, he said, you got to think about how many I'm getting rejected by, and how many I reach out to and they don't reply back. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that part. I already worry about that. I don't need an app to reject me. I'm already doing the rejecting for myself. There's so many women I'm like, I feel a good vibe for her, but I'm never going to pursue this because I don't.
Yeah.
I'm going to reject myself before she can reject me, which is mental illness. I know it.
I think so.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of like, man, I didn't know. I wasn't even thinking I could go on there and get a weekly rejection from a different woman.
Oh, daily.
Oh God, no, I don't need that.
Multiple.
I don't need that. That's going to hurt me. I'm already soft enough. I don't need that in my life. No, thank you.
Yeah, it's not fun.
No. Although I did meet this wonderful lady at the gas station.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I was at a gas station. I was getting gas, getting ready to go out of town. And she was this pretty light-skinned black lady, and I met her at 7-Eleven by my house.
Nice.
And then I was telling her I did comedy, and she gave me her card. She runs a real estate firm here. And we were talking, and she was like, hey, I love comedy. I'd like to come out and see you perform. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm leaving town today, and I'm going to be gone. And then I never called her.
Oh,
I've never called her. I've been gone 2 weeks, but I guess I should call her because I'm going to be back, the 26th, and here most of June I'm going to be home.
Yeah, you might as well.
I should, but man, me and
Get
my brain.
a little Slurpee.
My brain's already like, rejection.
Yeah.
I reject myself before you can get to me, lady.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it does feel good to do that sometimes, is to like shut it down. So, okay, I'm the one that closes down.
You're not going to get to hurt me. I'm going to hurt myself first. You will. I refuse to let you hurt me. Yeah.
We're so dumb.
We are. We're just so dumb. Yeah. But it's like, hey, you love us. We're dumb. But I am, and she was a very nice looking lady. And that keeps happening. I keep having these meet cutes, and then I never follow up on them.
Oh, you got to follow up.
Bro, I should, but I'll be honest with you. Oh, yeah, she was.
Was she like a 7 out of 11?
Oh, she was a solid 8. She was a grown ass. This is a grown ass, light skinned black woman. She was lighter than Rihanna.
Ooh.
Like, she was really light skinned. And like when I saw her in the store, I looked at her and I was like, ooh, this lady is
wow.
amazing. All I saw was her from the back.
Yeah.
And I was looking like, the Lord took his time with this one. And then all of a sudden she turned around and I was like, oh. So then when we got out to the gas pumps, I don't know if she noticed it. I was like, oh, like, okay. Got to the gas pumps. She was right next to my car on the other pump. So as I'm gassing up, I'm like, don't make eye contact. Don't be weird. And then she came over and she started talking. And I was like, oh, I did stand-up comedy here. What? She said, what are you for fun around here? I just moved here. And so I was like, I do stand-up comedy, so I'm kind of busy all the time. And it was great. We had I might have sat there and talked to her 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, my God.
And she said, so you're leaving town now? Yeah, I'll be on the road. Come back, holler. Here's my business card. Give me a call. And I said, oh, cool, and where are you from? She's from Philly. And I was like, yeah, okay, sweet. And I still haven't followed up. I'm going to be out of town, just be busy.
You should. Do you want to see her?
I would like to, but man, also.
Let's call her right now.
I bet we don't. I bet we don't. Yeah, I bet we don't. No. Yeah, no. I look, man. I'm the king of I put myself in situations where, I'm gonna get rejected. Let me just reject myself and stay safe.
But it does suck, and it's happened more when I was younger. But those I would have been in if I had just made a move.
I've had multiples.
You know what I mean? And you know that now. You know every single one you can look back on.
Can tell you each one of them.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, the ones I'm doing that with. If I just say the right thing to this one, it's down.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it.
So many that there. I used to make a list of the girls I had sex with a long time ago. I don't do that anymore.
I did that when I was 20.
Yeah.
I made a list.
Yeah.
And then I was looking at the list and I went, God has been good to me. There's no reason there should be this many women on this list.
Yeah. So I would make a second list. I would make a list of just the girls I had sex with. Then I'd make a second list of the girls I had sex with, plus the girls I could have had sex, that I could have.
Oh, the coulda should have been their own list.
So I'm like, oh, this could have been my number when a number mattered.
Yeah, dude. That's why I'll never talk to a woman about a body count. I've played well above my weight class, bro.
I gotta ask.
I don't want to know.
Oh, I want to know.
Because, dude, look, man, I'm a fat black dude.
Yeah.
Who grew up in the 80s.
Yeah.
My number should not be over 5, okay? But I am very charming.
Yeah.
And the number is higher than it should be. And so I'm always just thankful for every woman that had sex with me.
Me too. I want to say just thank you. If you're watching this and I've had sex with you, thank you.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you had sex with Jimmy, thank you.
Now do the apology one.
Yeah, because the women I had sex with, they're not talking to me. No, they are.
And also, I'm very sorry.
Yeah. Have you ever done an apology tour?
Yeah.
We talked about this on the show. I've done it.
Not all at once, but I will have and it's always for me, it's selfish. It's I want this person to know that I'm over her, and that I had this fantasy of just sitting down with an ex yesterday where I'm just hey, I just want to let you know that I don't hold any bad feelings, and I just want to we had some really good times, and I had that fantasy of doing that.
I went on an apology tour. I went out and hunted down women that I knew. I felt like, hey, when we were together, it wasn't the best version of me. And there was a lot of sex, but I also feel like I might have best represented who I was. So you may have thought we were going to be something more than we were. And I was kind of probably using you for sex to forget some stuff. But I was actually able to apologize to a lot of women and tell them, hey, I'm in a better place. I went to therapy. I hope things are well for you. What happened is, shockingly, I have a lot more female friends right now that I've also seen naked. So
that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, it feels good because I wanted to be a better person, man. I wanted to apologize for any harm I may have put out.
Yeah.
Because here's my thing. My buddy and I were talking about this. I said, when we tell stories about ourselves, we always talk about ourselves from the position of the hero. You're never the villain in your own story, unless you're me and Jimmy and we got mental issues. We're the villain always. But what happened is I kind of felt like in somebody's story, I'm the Joker to their Batman.
Right.
I am their arch nemesis,
Yeah.
or I did something so hurtful that
Mhm.
changed them. And I could not let that thought go. So I started going, who could I be the Joker to? And I made a list. I made this list, and I went and found those women, and I went to them, and I was like, hey, you know what? Back then when we were doing this, I really did like you a lot. Here's problems that I did. Here's what was going on in my mind. And I just want to apologize if I caused you any pain. Really went through this thing. It was an apology tour, and it was part of the pandemic. I was going through therapy. I'm just finding out a lot about my brain and my PTSD. And so I just started kind of apologizing to women. And next thing I know, those women still follow my Facebook. They follow my Instagram. They know where I'm touring. They become my cheerleaders. They become my confidants. They're all trying to get me back into dating. You should start dating again. I'm like, I think you just want me to hurt. Okay. I appreciate our friendship, but no, I don't want to go back out there. I was bad when I was out there. But no, at the same point though, now I literally, in all seriousness, I do kind of want to date again.
Might be time.
Yeah, I enjoy hanging out with my friends
Reach
that are
out to
female.
that girl and say hi.
Yeah.
I should.
No expectations. Say hi.
Just say, hey, hi, you want to go grab coffee and talk?
Coffee. Yeah. Or
Let's go have some
Slurpees.
coffees and let's talk about life and what you think so far about Austin.
Because like coffee is low commitment. It's the one I do.
Yeah.
I just go want to grab some coffee, and then if it sucks, you finish a coffee and you
You know
bail.
what my favorite is? I love the lunch date.
Lunch.
I'm a lunch date guy now, because this way, if I take a girl to lunch and we can have, like, it's daylight out, and then afterwards, there's no pressure about, you want to go back to my place? Or you coming back to my place? None of that. We went to lunch. You got to go do what you're going to do. I'm going to go do some other stuff. Hey, if we have a good time, maybe we can meet up again. Lunch dates are amazing.
Yeah.
Also, plus at lunch, there's not a lot of people in the restaurant. Some of the most candid conversations can take place at lunch.
That's good. Yeah. But coffee can do that too. Yeah. And then like for me, if I buy someone lunch and they don't have sex with me, I'll get really angry.
What?
God, I'm glad you've never bought lunch for me. Like, I got to give Jimmy a hand job for this damn sandwich. It was just a Reuben, bro. Come on. We were at McAllister's. I didn't know the chips were extra juicy.
I bought this girl, we went to a taco truck, and she didn't get she got like the specialty thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they were called, but there was like 4 of them, and it wasn't even a lot, and there was a little sauce, and it was so fucking much. She got a drink, and that was expensive. And then
so you're keeping it in mind. She's at $24. I need $24 worth of sex right now.
And I was so broke. I'm like, I better have sex. Like this better be worth it. And then I just, I drove her home, and I just dropped her off. And I remember I went home, and I was like fucking so upset.
Really?
I was like, she knew she wasn't going to see me again. She got the most expensive fucking taco things. She got a fucking drink.
The bitch was thirsty.
She thirsty. She got to have something to wash it down.
But it was the most expensive thing. It was like a combo thing.
Oh, okay.
Like, just get the tacos, because we weren't at an overpriced taco place. It was reasonable tacos.
Okay.
And get 2 tacos.
She was like, no.
And she got a little fucking pork belly thing or whatever.
Oh, bro.
She ate it. She took her time eating it. She fucking ate it.
You know what, man? This is so crazy, but this is maybe my favorite thing we're doing is here. This
only drink half her drink.
Yeah. Oh, I know Jimmy's like, no, bitch, you finishing that drink in the car.
That.
Bring it with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you finish that before I let you out this car.
But the thing is, like, it's just not worth doing dinner anymore. And then I saw there's these things called foodie calls. Girls, girls will go out just to
get a meal,
get a free meal.
Bro, look, here's my thing. If the conversation's good and I really enjoy your conversation, I'm willing to pay for a meal. But that conversation better be fire. I do have one friend. Okay, my friend Heather and I, like, there's no romance there. But Heather and I literally go to the movies together. And then we do food runs. Like we'll go to dinner a lot together.
Oh, cool.
That's just my favorite thing to do with her. She's like one of my best friends. So like when I'm with her, that's what, hey, we're going to go eat and we're going to go hang out. We may go to a movie.
Right.
But I also do like, there have been times I've gone out with her and her kids and we'll go do stuff that looks like we're doing family stuff. Like we went to, the haunted Christmas thing down at the Long Center last year.
Yeah.
Where it was like everybody was there. It was kind of Christmas themed, but it was also all this horror iconography there. So like all these weird booths. We had a great time. Her son and I went to that and we were like, oh, this is fun. And my mom said, that looks like a family day trip. And I went, yeah, but they're my maid family.
Right.
There's nothing romantic between her and I. We're just,
right.
She's my best friend.
Hanging out, and she happens to have family.
Yeah. And so we take the kids and go do stuff, man. So that's kind of a cool thing to do.
Yeah, that is cool.
I like doing that. And she's one of my favorite people to go eat with. But she also knows about my love life. And I think right now, the thing that's driving most of the women crazy in my life is I have a huge fan base of women that are conservative. Right? One of them, I nicknamed her MAGA Mama.
Yeah.
She's a MAGA Mama. And that's her nickname with my friend group. And all the women that are very liberal in that friend group hate MAGA Mama. They hate her. Yeah. And I was like, why do you hate the one I like the most? And they're like, no. And I said, why? Just give me a reason why. And they're like, I don't like her for her politics. And I was like, I promise you, there's no time I'm ever going to get this woman in the bedroom and I'm going to be worried about how she voted.
Hell no.
I'm not going to think about it one time.
You kidding me?
Yeah. If she says, I will get naked for you, thank you.
Oh, yeah. She could have swastika on her titties. Tattoo.
I'm not saying that hasn't happened. I'm not saying that hasn't happened. I'm never saying a name. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that's never happened. I've dated some weird women with weird, and that didn't one of my friends, I don't know, white women are weird about this. She's always like, I just think they're fetishizing you. And I'm like, if you mean having sex with me, you're all right.
Yeah.
And they are very nice to do so.
Yes.
Leave these ladies be. Unless you want to take up the job of having sex with me, shut up. Okay.
Exactly.
Just let us be.
That's Nat has a funny joke like that.
Does he?
It's like fetishize, because like with like trans girls, it's like say there was like a thing that said I'm not your fetish.
Yeah.
And Nat was like, yeah, you are.
Yeah, you
don't get to decide that.
Yeah. So she said, and I guess it bothers me. They say, it just seems like they always have their reasoning. Oh, she's, she voted for MAGA. She voted for this. She doesn't even like black people. And I was like, I beg to differ. She's doing a lot of things that make me think she really does like black people.
Right. Yeah.
A lot. Behind closed doors. She is very affectionate to black people.
Right. Yeah.
And if she is being racist, she's the worst racist there's ever lived.
Yeah. Or the best.
Putting it down. Leave her alone. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't get it, man. But it's one of those things like, and they hate that because they were like, how did you get so many conservative women? That's your fan base of women that want to date you. And I don't know. Well, I ran in those circles for years. I lived in mostly white neighborhoods. I went to mega churches.
There's not as many liberal women who are comedy fans, really.
Yeah, no, because most of my liberal fans that are comedy fans, they draw a line at a certain point.
Right.
They're like, well, I think that was racist. Well, every black person in the room's laughing except you, Bethany. Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, you're being a pain in the ass right now. That was a great joke. I don't think you should say this.
Yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, it's like the dominatrix girl seeing doesn't like when I say retarded. And I'm like,
that's retarded.
That's retarded.
Yeah. It is.
Or like unhoused. She got mad because I said unhoused. I said homeless instead of unhoused.
Yeah, I'm always going to say homeless.
Fuck
I'm never you know what I've never seen a homeless person get mad about? You saying the word homeless.
Never.
And you know why I know this? Because I was homeless one time.
Yeah.
I literally lived in a fucking Goodwill shelter at one point in my life. And I did not give a shit about unhoused.
Well,
that's a stupid ass word that Gen Z came up with.
You were unhoused. You were not homeless.
I was homeless.
No, you were unhoused.
Yeah. And then they get mad when you say, like, words. Okay, this is my problem. So some of my liberal female friends and male friends, they're really weird about words. And I'm like, I grew up in a time when they used to say the hard R on TV.
Yeah.
Like, if you've seen Roots, the Jeffersons had an episode where the Klan member moved into the apartment building and he told him, hey, you should have let me die, because George gave him CPR and brought him back to life and did the breathing. He said, you should have let me die. And I was like, my liberal friends are like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that word. And I was like,
Sesame Street, remember? Big Bird called Mr. Henderson the N-word?
Yeah, that was a rough episode. Yeah, that was the run after she sold crack. People were like, is that real?
To Prairie Dawn, yeah. But yeah, no, it used to be.
It was normal.
Yeah.
And I said, so when I was growing up as a kid, my dad was like, you can't let words hurt you, because there are going to be people out there that hate you for your skin color, and they're going to try to use a lot of words to hurt you. You better figure it out. And so I think somehow people now are a little bit weaker because they're like, I can't hear bad words. Look, you got two options. You could beat that person that said the bad words ass and then deal with whatever repercussions happen. I did that for a while.
Yeah.
But until I started getting older, and then I realized the older you get, being a black dude, you can't beat everybody's ass because the police are going to eventually show up and shoot you.
Yeah.
You got to take some of these L's and keep it moving. Mm-hmm. And then secretly punch them in their shit in the parking lot in the dark. And then drive away very fast.
Yeah.
I will sneak a skinhead so quick. There's no, I don't want to hear anybody tell me, hey man, there's no honor in sneak punching a skinhead. Yeah, there's a lot of honor.
Oh yeah.
I want him to own his racism. Here's why you can literally be racist. I beat your ass in a parking lot.
Yeah, give him a reason.
Yeah. Now you enjoy your racism. I gave it to you. Yeah. but yeah, it's so weird, man. And then that'll be another thing, man. So then I'll go out with these ladies that are conservative, and a lot of times our values match up on stuff, man, about how I feel about family and friendship and just, just weird stuff, man. Politically, we always are going to be opposed, but it doesn't mean I can't have a friendship relationship with you. My friend Bonnie said it best. She said, I don't care if you bone all the conservative women you want, but I just don't want you to date any. And I said, that's very open-minded of you and also weird. Just have sex with them, but don't date them, marry them.
Fucked, yeah.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I don't want you to, her argument was no MAGA woman deserves exquisite black penis. That's what Jill said to me. And I said, thank you for saying that adjective, exquisite. Nobody's ever used that about my penis.
That should be on a t-shirt.
It really should be. But she said, no MAGA woman deserves exquisite black penis. And I was like, I've never given you this penis, but thanks for using the word exquisite. I love you. What do you want for Christmas?
That's a good word. That's better than nice.
Yes. It changed my life. Yeah. So, but I end up dating. Like, if you're a conservative woman and you want to holler, I probably will holler back.
Yeah. It's time to fuck some white women.
I'm coming back, ladies. I was a problem. I'm back.
This is our last episode in a while. My last word shouldn't be it's time to fuck some white women.
I think that is the last.
Find a nice black woman.
I do
Let's
need
see what
to
happens after that.
Boy, if I see Jimmy get a black woman and she starts making greens and peas for him and cornbread.
It's great. I've had sex with black women. Yeah. They're great.
I want Jimmy to come back with like one of them fades in the beard. When you see a white guy with that beard, you go, oh, he's got a black girlfriend.
Yeah.
I see that. Jimmy would grow a beard if he dated a black woman. Jimmy, maybe I should give you this lady's number.
Yeah. I want to have sex with a black lady.
Yeah. I think she would settle you down. Your depression would move out. It would be like, I was depressed.
That caramel skin, like Beyonce.
I'm just saying. Dude, look, they've done a lot to fix me. So,
yeah,
they've done a lot to fix me. But yeah, look, man,
pussy can be very healing.
It can,
but it's like a drug.
It is. It's Schedule 1 drug at that. It's very dangerous if you take too much of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that shit should be.
It should come with
illegal.
warning labels. Some women
Yeah.
should have a warning label on them. I'm just going to say that.
Caution, herpes.
Caution, fertile. This is a baby maker. I need that one on every woman I've dated. Like, this girl will get pregnant if you share a soda. Yeah,
'cause
I don't want another kid. Oh,
I want a kid. I want to get someone pregnant. I think we talked about this.
yeah, no, I don't want you to do that yet. I need you to be a little bit more secure before you do that number. Because a kid adds stress. It is not a stress takeaway.
I just think a baby would solve all my problems.
And that's going to be his final word.
Jesus Christ.
I know. You made Justin even talk out. Justin said, nope. Nope, it will not. It will not solve any problems. They add to it. I love my kids, but they add a stress.
Black lady first.
Get a black lady first, and then we'll talk about baby.
Yeah.
Maybe black lady pregnant. Oh,
no, wait 1 year.
Yeah.
Date her for 1 year and then go, yeah, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I gotta lock this up. Go put a ring on her and then have that baby.
Okay.
There you go. There's a setup for it. Okay. Then when we come back, boy, that first episode is gonna be chock full of information. Like, where's Jimmy been? He got a black girlfriend. He got a kid on the way. Yeah. Jimmy's doing the reverse Derek Pasta. Reverse Derek over here. I love it, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. No, yeah. Yeah, eventually get someone pregnant. Not now.
Yeah. Dude, I'm going to miss the shit out of sitting down with you every week and doing this.
And, I'm coming back.
Yeah. But I want you to go get healthy and fix your shit and then come back.
I'm going to get my shit together.
Yeah. And then we come back and we do this again. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm going to be in Austin. Until I go to New York. Yeah. All right. Well, we're getting out of here. But before we go, you guys got to know we are going to keep the pain management page up.
Yep.
It's not going anywhere. We still have pain management at Gmail. Pain management podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Still have the email. You can reach out to us. If you ever want to just find out where Jimmy and I are, you can also hit us up on Instagram.
Yes. And follow us on Instagram because we're going to be more active on Instagram, especially we're going to get someone to make clips for us.
Yes.
And what my idea, and I'm only saying this because I want to follow through on it, is have someone come in and make clips and also go through some of the past episodes and clip it up. I feel like it'd be a good investment.
I'm going
50-50 would be pretty cool. And so keep in touch with our Instagram and we'll keep that updated and going for you guys. And Creek TV on YouTube. Big things happening there. And big things happening at the Creek for sure.
Yes.
Very exciting feature length movie coming up, which I'm part of, which is very exciting. Anyway, always exciting stuff happening, and we will see you guys soon. We love you, and do you want anything else?
I love you, bro. I just want the best for you, man. So I hope this is good, man, and you stay in touch.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't pull that weird shit where it's like, oh, I don't see him anymore, and then you don't call me because I will fly to Florida and hunt your ass down.
Yeah.
I will call your sister Ali. What's the address?
Oh, she'll let you know too.
I know what to do. So man, you guys, thank y'all for all the love and support. It has been amazing. And like we're saying, man, it's not goodbye. It's just see you later.